Hello everyone, this is Sharmin Khan again from Milkyway Art Design. So today I'm going to start in a different way. First I'm going to show you how or like what combinations of colors I have mixed together to create my flower colors, because many of you ask me all the time like what color are you using, and often I don't have a specific color. I mix my own colors using different pigments and acrylic paints. So some of the examples here. The first one that I'm showing you, I used heavy body Liquitex professional quintagrown red orange, and I mixed primary elements hot cinnamon, which is a pigment, to get this great color. And I am really fond of this color because it gives such a vibrancy, which I love. From TLP. The second color that I picked right now, it has TLP's Shangria mixed with ink, which is from Liquitex, and the name of the ink is Quintagrown Magenta. And I added teensy bit of the vibrancy of the ink enhances the pigment color. Pigment gives me such a beautiful shimmer, and the vibrancy of the ink, they really complement each other. Next one, the third color that I picked, this one is primary elements pomegranate, which is again a pigment mixed with a little bit of dioxazine purple from Liquitex Basics. Next color I used, and this one is Sonja's Burgundy, which is an acrylic paint mixed with primary elements hot cinnamon. Next one I used, in this color I have blue violet heavy body from Artist's Loft and mixed with TLP's Shangria. TLP. So you can see that every color I'm mixing, I am giving some shimmer into that. The next color that I made or created, I love this color. I cannot tell you how much I am fond of TLP's Groovy. If you did not buy a single pigment from TLP, just buy the Groovy, because whenever you mix it with any other color, it just gives you such a beautiful shine. Like the dimension of your color changes. So with the Groovy, I mixed heavy body Liquitex Liquitex Professionals Quintagrown Magenta, and with Groovy, you have to mix it with other colors to tone it down, otherwise it's too bright. What's it called? The next color that I show you, it's ultramarine violet from Amsterdam, and I mixed some TLP's Shangria with this one as well. Or something. I'm not sure how would it turn out, because usually we are not supposed to use opaque colors for blooms, but this one is opaque, so we'll see how it turns out. Usually with bloom you should use transparent or semi-transparent colors. The green that I mixed, in that mixture I have primary elements olive vine and Art Minds candy apple mixed together. Both of them are shimmery, one is pigment and one is paint. Only concern that I have with this green is sometimes it tends to bleed because of the pigment. So you have to be very careful. Sometimes my green bleeds. I don't care because I love the olive vine so much. So just so you know, you are aware of that, it might bleed, but that's okay, at least for me. So I'm just showing you that, see how pretty the color is, but today it tends to bleed. That I have, I might bleed a little. It should be even thicker, but I don't want to work with more thicker paint than this one because I'm working on a can. So let's start our painting today. So today again I'm using another 12-inch diameter wooden panel, and as you can see I have painted and primed it before I pour on it because it will prevent my warping of the wood panel. So at first I start with the pillow, and for this technique you really have to spread out your paint very thin. Your pillow cannot be thick. So I am spreading my pillow, as you can see, as much as I can. At the same time, you don't want to make it so thin that when you spin your pattern doesn't spread anymore. So you have to find the balance, and I think the trickiest part of this process is to find that specific balance, like how much paint you want to leave on your or how much paint you want to leave on your base or in as your pillow. You can see that I need a little bit more because I have still some sides to spread out a little more. It's always best that you mix your paints prior, like at least a day ahead of when you are trying to paint, because otherwise you'll end up with some bubbles. And since the paint is so thick, it's kind of, the bubbles are stubborn, they don't want to go away. So it's always a good practice to mix them a day ahead. The first color that I'm using, this one is, I think, TLP's Shangria mixed with Quintegron magenta ink. Now, the second color I am using is TLP's Groovy mixed with Heavy Body Liquitex Professional's Quintegron magenta. I don't know, for some reason lately, every paint I do, I end up with that color. The third color that I'm using, this one is a mixture of Jo Sonia's Burgundy, and I mixed it with Primary Elements Hot Cinnamon. So now I am using that same color to the other two puddles that I'm creating. So today's composition is going to be a little different for me because I don't do this often. I am going to create three big flowers in the center, and the greens are surrounding the centered flowers. So let's see how it turns out. I'm kind of uncomfortable. I love negative space, so this one will not have a negative space, and I don't know how I feel about it. You have to tell me if you like this kind of pouring with a negative space or not without a negative space. Now that I decided on my position of the puddles, I am using the darker shades of paint mixes that I have prepared earlier to put them on the border, peripheral border of those circular puddles. And when I blow them at the end, you will see that because of those darker shades of puddles on the side, my flowers will have very strong definition, and it will give the flowers kind of like realistic three-dimensional look. And after that, I will work on the greens on the sides, and I'll stop talking and enjoy the rest of the painting. I hope you like it. At this point, I see that there are some empty spots, and I told you this in this composition, I'm not going to leave any negative space. So I am planning to fill up the whole entire thing. So I am adding some extra greens here and there to fill up the entire surface so I don't have any negative space at the end.